the supernatural creatures known as the Jinn. There is a fine line between the terms angels and demons. Jinn, Djinn, or genies, with the more broad meaning of spirits and demons, depending on source. They are supernatural creatures in early pre-Islamic Arabian and later Islamic mythology and theology. Since jinn are neither innately evil nor innately good, Islam was able to adapt spirits from other religions during its expansion. Jinn are not strictly an Islamic concept. Rather, they may represent several pagan beliefs integrated into Islam. Besides the jinn, Islam acknowledges the existence of demons, Shayāṭīn. The lines between demons and jinn are blurred, since malevolent jinn are also called Shayāṭīn. However, both Islam and non-Islamic scholarship generally distinguishes between angels, jinn, and demons, Shayāṭīn, as three different types of spiritual entities. In Islamic tradition, the jinn are distinguished from demons. They can be both evil and good, while genuine demons are exclusively evil. Some academic scholars assert that demons are related to monotheistic traditions and jinn to polytheistic traditions. In an Islamic concept, the term jinn is used for both a collective designation for any supernatural creature and also to refer to a specific type of supernatural creature. Some scholars relate the Arabic term jinn to the Latin genius. In the Islamic sense, the term jinn was used in two different ways: an invisible entity who roamed the earth before Adam, created by God from a mixture of fire or smokeless fire. They are believed to resemble humans in that they eat and drink, have children and die, are subject to judgment, so will either be sent to heaven or hell according to their deeds. But they were much faster and stronger than humans. Jinn are also related to heavenly beings. They are a subcategory of angels, or a tribe of angelic beings, who is able to sin and created from fire, unlike their light-created counterpart. However, these jinn must be distinguished from the pre-Adamic jinn race, who share many characteristics with humans instead of angels, as the opposite of al-ins, something in shape or form. Referring to an object that cannot be detected by human sensory organs, including angels, demons, and the interior of human beings. Thus every demon and every angel is also a jinn, but not every jinn is an angel or demon. Belief in jinn is not included among the 6 articles of Islamic faith, as belief in angels is. However, some Muslims believe it is essential to Islamic faith. Jinn are mentioned approximately 29 times in the Quran, often together with humans, and the 72 Surah chapter, named after them, Al-Jinn. There are also mentions in collections of Sahih Hadith. One hadith divides them into 3 groups. One type, flying through the air. Another that are snakes and dogs. And the third, the thrice great, moves from place to place like humans. Another Islamic prophet who is related to the interactions with jinn is King Solomon. In Quran, he is said to be a king of ancient Israel, and was gifted by God to talk to animals and jinn. God granted him authority over the rebellious jinn, or marid. Thus Solomon forced them to build the first temple. Beliefs regarding Solomon and his power over the jinn were later extended in folklore and folk tales related to common traditions. The angels were created on Wednesday, the jinn on Thursday, and humans on Friday, but not the very next day, rather more than 1,000 years later. The community of the jinn race were like those of humans, but then corruption and injustices among them increased, and all warnings sent by God were ignored. Consequently, God sent his angels to battle with the infidel jinn, where just a few survived and were ousted to far islands or to the mountains. With the revelation of Islam, the jinn were given a new chance to access salvation, but because of their prior creation, the jinn would attribute themselves to superiority over humans, and envy them for their place and rank on earth. The composition and existence of jinn is the subject of various debates during the Middle Ages. According to al-Shafi'i, founder of Shafi'i schools, the invisibility of jinn is so certain that anyone who thinks they have seen one is ineligible to give legal testimony unless they are a prophet. According to Ash'ari, the existence of jinn cannot be proven, because arguments concerning the existence of jinn are beyond human comprehension. Adepts of Ash'ari's theology explained, jinn are invisible to humans because of their lack of appropriate sense organs to envision them. Critics argue, if jinn exist, their bodies must be either ethereal or made of solid material. If they were composed of the former, they would not be able to do hard work, like carrying heavy stones. If they were composed of the latter, the jinn also refer to demons and spirits among the Christians. Ibn Taymiyyah believed the jinn were generally ignorant, untruthful, oppressive and treacherous. He held that the jinn account for much of the magic perceived by humans, cooperating with magicians to lift them in the air, delivering hidden truths to fortune tellers, and mimicking the voices of deceased humans during seances. The supernaturality of the jinn does not mean they are transcendent to nature, but that they appear so in relation to humans' perception of nature due to their invisibility. They are natural in the classical philosophical sense, by consisting of an element undergoing change and being bound in time and space. Thus they are not purely spiritual, but also have a physical nature, being able to interact in a tactile manner with people and objects, and also subject to bodily desires, like eating and sleeping, unlike the jinn in Islamic belief and folklore. The jinn are also related to the wind. They may appear in mists and sandstorms. Sandstorms are thought to be caused by a battle between different groups of jinn. Zubair ibn al-Awwam, who is held to have accompanied Muhammad during his lecture to the jinn, is said to view the jinn as shadowy ghosts with no individual structure. According to a narration, Ghazali asked Tabasi, famous for jinn incantations, to reveal the jinn to him. Accordingly, Tabasi showed him the jinn, seeing them like they were a shadow on the wall. It sounds insidious. After Ghazali requested to speak to them, Tabasi stated that for now he could not see more. The common characteristic of the Jinn is their lack of individuality. Interesting, but they may gain individuality by materializing in human forms, such as Sakir and several Jinn known to magical writings, but also in their anthropomorphed forms and are not fully human. Therefore, individual Jinn are commonly depicted as monstrous and anthropomorphized creatures, with body parts from different animals or human with animalic traits. Commonly associated with Jinn in human form are the Sila and the Ghoul. However, since they are partly animalic, their bodies are depicted as fashioned out of 2 or more different species. Some of them may have the hands of cats, the head of birds, or wings that rise from the shoulders. The angels were brought from Babylon, and they had no name, no individuality. Food for thought. Jinn are assumed to be able to appear in shapes of various animals, such as scorpions, owls, and donkeys. The dog is also related to Jinn, especially black dogs. However, piebald dogs are rather identified with Hin. Associations between dogs and Jinn prevailed in Arabic literature, but lost its meaning in the Persian scriptures. Serpents are the animals most associated with Jinn. Islamic traditions know of many narrations concerning a serpent who was actually a genie. However, except for the Udhrut from Yemeni folklore, the Jinn cannot appear in the form of wolves. The wolf is thought to be a natural predator of the Jinn, who contrasts the Jinn and disables them to vanish. Now the Jinn are supernatural creatures besides Jinn and demons in Arabian lore, and also a group of the Pre-adamic race in Islam-related beliefs. According to the Alawa'i faith, the Jinn are part of the circle of time, like the Ogdod and the Archons, predating the creation of mankind, therefore before human. The Jinn, Bin, Tim, Rim, Jan, and Jinn all roamed the earth. These 6 periods symbolize a negative progress until humans emerge. Thus, the first letters of the first 4 circles mean Habtar, here referring to a personification of evil, and the latter referring to Jan and Jinn. The following circle divides human history, starting with Adam and ends with Muhammad, the period in which humans now live. Alternatively, Jinn have said to be associated with the air, and another creature, Bin, with water. In a document called Revelations of Abdullah al-Sayyid Muhammad Habib, in the same document, Jinn and Bin are said to be extinct, unlike the Jinn. According to Ibn Kathir, the Jinn belongs together with the Jinn to those creatures who shed blood on the earth before humankind, causing the angels to protest against God's command to place Adam as vice-regent. In his work Al-Bidayah wa Nihaya, he relates, the Jinn and Bin were exterminated by the Jinn, so that the Jinn could dwell on earth. Again, this sounds like the Archons, doesn't it? Jinn is an Arabic collective noun, deriving from the Semitic root JNN, where the primary meaning is to hide or to conceal. Some authors interpret the word to mean, literally, beings that are concealed from the senses. Cognates include the Arabic majnun, possessed or generally insane, Jannah, garden, also heaven, and Janin, embryo. Jinn is properly treated as a plural, with the singular being genie. The origin of the word jinn remains uncertain. Please hit that notification bell to ensure that you are notified of each upload. Share, like, comment and subscribe to support the channel for more ancient mystery.